What's going on, everybody? My name is Rico. Welcome back to my channel. In today's episode of How to Thursday, I'm going to teach you guys how to balance the highlights and the shadows using GIMP. Right, so what we're going to do is we are going to make this picture look like this. As you can see, the dog is way more brighter, it's better to see everything. This image is a little bit flatter and the final result has a lot more color in it. So let's get started. This is the original image, so let's call this original, and we are going to duplicate that layer. We are going to call this the edit. We're going to switch off the original layer, and what we're going to do is we are going to colors, auto, stretch, contrast, and now we have to wait till that's done. And as you can see, after that's done, the image has a lot more color in it, but we're not done with it yet. So what we're going to do right now is we are going to duplicate this layer using this button over here. I'm going to keep the name as is, and I'm going to colors, gray, gray, and then make sure you choose Luma and press OK. And as you can see, the picture is now black and white, and what you need to do now is go to colors, invert, and now everything that was bright is now black, and everything that's black, that's now white. And the next thing you need to do is switch the mode from normal to soft light, which is over here. There you go. So let's see how that looks. This is the original image, and this is the image after we're done. But we're not done quite yet, because what we need to do is we need to fill around with the opacity. So this is a little bit too much. I'm going to put this to 50 and duplicate the layer again, and I'm going to make this, let's say, 80, and now it's very bright. And what we need to do is duplicate this layer again, and we are going to place it on top to be the first layer. And then what you need to do is turn down the opacity a little bit. Let's try 50%. That's a little bit strong. Maybe 40%. That's too much, so 60% in this case. And now it's a lot more brighter, as you can see. And what we're going to do now is we are going to merge all these layers except the original layer. So make sure you have that turned off, and then you press right mouse button, merge visible layers, and then keep this as is. Make sure the first box is checked, and then press merge. And now we have two images left. This is the image after we've edited, and this is the original image. As you can see, Nacho, my dog, is way more darker than it is in the new picture. And what we're going to do now is we are going to duplicate this layer, and let's call this levels, because we are going to colors, color levels. And now what you need to do is, this is black, these are the midtones, and these are the highlights. Watch what happens if I put this to, let's say, 40. The image becomes way more dark, and let's put this to 225. Now it becomes more lighter again. Let's keep the midtones as is. We can turn them down to try and see what happens. You see that Nacho becomes a little bit darker. So I'm going to keep this on 1. And then hit OK. And this is before I did the levels, and this is after I've done the levels. As you can see, everything's a lot more brighter, a lot more clearer, and better to see. And what we can do now is duplicate the layer again, and let's call this the curves menu. So we're going to colors, curves, and once again, these are the shadows, these are the midtones, and these are the highlights. So watch what happens when I drop down the midtones. The image becomes a little bit more dark, and if I pump them up, you see that everything becomes a little bit brighter. So this is too much, so let's just do a little bit. Kind of like how this looks, so I'm going to press OK, and I'm going to merge the visible layers again. And here we have our final result. So this is the final image, and this is the image that we've started with. As you can see, there's a huge difference between those two, and this is how you can easily enhance an image without doing too much fancy stuff. And that's it. That's how you balance the highlights and shadows in GIMP. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know in the comment section down below. I'd also like to know what kind of tutorials you guys would love to see next, so let me know in the comment section down below as well, and then I'll get to it and I'll try to make a tutorial out of it, post it, and hopefully help you guys become better content creators. There's one more thing left for me to say, which is make love to the like button, consider subscribing if you like what you saw, hit that bell button to be the first to be notified when I drop a new video, and until next time, doei!